Hello all, I am the Holand Phantom, and in honor of it being Christmas today, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 picks of the Santa Claus of the Pokemon world, Delibird. Or rather, I would be counting down my top 10 picks, except for the fact that Delibird has only had 10 cards released in the TCG. Seriously, here's a Pokemon that was released in the second generation over 20 years ago, and has only had 10 cards released in the TCG. For comparison, we have Centiskorch, a Pokemon released only 2 years ago at the time of this recording, and that Pokemon already has 14 cards. Well, that's not going to stop me, so without any further ado, let's get into the countdown. At number 10, we have the original Delibird from Neo Revelation. It came with a single attack, Present, which needed 2 colorless energies to then flip 3 coins. If 1 coin was heads, the attack dealt 40 damage. If 2 coins were heads, it healed 30 damage from the opponent. If all 3 coins were heads, it dealt 60 damage, and if all 3 coins were tails, it fully healed the opponent. Delibird made a huge splash in its debut generation, packing serious power behind its present attack. At 60 damage max output, Delibird could 2-hit KO the powerful Feraligatr, while the big Gator himself needed at least 3 turns to fully evolve and then be powered up. And sure, Delibird may occasionally heal the opponent, but its attack was deemed too strong if it wasn't balanced out. And also, it just goes to show just how strong this card was, that it can help its opponent and still destroy them. At number 9, we have Delibird from Team Rocket Returns. It came with a Poké Power and 1 attack. The Poké Power was Gift Exchange, which let it shuffle away a card from the hand to then draw 1 card, but only if it was the active Pokémon. Its attack was Souvenir, which was similar to the present attack of the previous Delibird. It needed 2 colorless energies and then flipped 3 coins. If 1 coin was heads, it would place 4 damage counters on the opponent. If 2 were heads, it would remove a damage counter from the opponent. If all 3 were heads, it would place 10 damage counters on the opponent, and if all were tails, it would fully heal the opponent. This card was a straight powered up version of its original form, as it had a very similar attack, but now it had the potential to inflict up to 100 damage per turn, enough to 2-hit KO everything in the format, including the powerful EX Pokemon that debuted in the 3rd generation. Plus, its Poké Power was great for consistency, as it let it draw an additional card per turn. Now, some people may think that this Poké Power was too weak, as it could only be used if Delibird was active, but like the last card in this list, Delibird was made too strong, and its power had to be reined in somehow, but even still, it may have not been enough, as it could still take the upper hand against bigger Pokemon without fear. At number 8, we have Delibird from Skyridge. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Limited Delivery. It needed 1 colorless energy, and would then search the deck for any technical machine or Pokemon tool and add it to the hand. The second attack was Kick Away, which needed 1 water energy and 1 colorless energy to deal 20 damage and then force the opponent to switch out of their active spot. The first attack was great for searching out key pieces from the deck that would help Delibird further boost its already ridiculous power. Common targets for this attack were Goldberry to recover HP and increase its longevity, or Strength Charm to increase the damage output of its Kick Away attack by 10. And Kick Away was the perfect attack to mess with the opponent's strategy, as it forced him to switch back to the bench, probably due to fear of Delibird's wrath. And by partnering with Forretress from Neo Discovery, any Pokemon that tried to return to the active spot would take an additional 10 damage through Forretress's Spike's Pokemon power, so with the bench full of Forretress, Delibird could put the hurt on any Pokemon foolish enough to try to stand against it. At number 7, we have Delibird from Chilling Reign. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Icy Snow, which needed 1 water energy to deal 10 damage. And the second attack was Package Delivery, which needed 2 colorless energies to then shuffle itself back into the deck and then search the deck for any 1 card. I can't even begin to tell you just how strong this card was, because sure, a 10 damage attack with no added effect seems underwhelming, and it would be on any other Pokemon, but this is Delibird we're talking about. This mighty penguin can take down the strongest VMAX Pokemon in as little as 34 turns. And it doesn't need an added effect to its attack, because other Pokemon wouldn't even dream of attacking Delibird out of fear of retribution. Its second attack was even better, as being able to search the deck for any card is useful to every deck, plus the colorless energy requirement meant that Delibird could be used in any deck. But without a doubt, the best card to search with this effect was none other than Delibird itself, because think about it, the opponent breathed a sigh of relief upon seeing Delibird shuffle itself away, thinking that they wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But then on the next turn, bam! Another Delibird, and this could be repeated ad infinitum, meaning that with Delibird's attack the player would never deck out, while the opponent slowly went insane. At number 6, we have Delibird from Lost Thunder. It came with 2 attacks, the first being Happy Delivery, which needed 1 colorless energy to then search the deck for Pokemon tools and attach them to its teammates that don't already have one. And the second attack was Flap, which needed 2 colorless energies to deal 30 damage. Continuing the theme of overpowered attacks, this Delibird's Happy Delivery could load up the bench with powerful tools to carry it to victory. Tools like a belt, a hat, and a frying pan. And the second attack could punish the opponent if they thought they could stand against this penguin Pokemon. And again, because of its colorless energy requirements, this card could be used in any deck, and honestly, it should be used in every deck if you actually want to win. At number 5, we have Delibird from Boundaries Crossed. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Present, which needed 1 colorless energy to flip a coin, and if it landed heads, could then search the deck for any card it wanted. The second attack was Icy Wind, which needed 1 water energy and 1 colorless energy to deal 30 damage, and then put the opponent to sleep. The first attack, Present, was completely revamped in the 5th generation, as the game designers recognized that it was too strong and had to be stopped, so the effect was changed, but now it's just busted in a different way. Being able to search the deck for any card is game-changing no matter the format. And the second attack not only dealt damage, but also put the opponent to sleep, giving the opponent a bit of mercy, as they would not be conscious to see what Delibird would do next, and like the real Santa Claus, he watches when you're sleeping. At number 4 and number 3, we have Delibird from Great Encounters and Pop Series 7, as both of these cards are actually the same one, just with different artworks. Though I prefer the Pop Series one, because Delibird looks like it's having more fun. These cards came with 2 attacks, the first being once again Present, but this time, as a free attack, it's a Christmas miracle! Like before, it needed to land heads on a coin flip to then search the deck for any card it wanted. And the second attack was Ice Ball, which needed 1 water energy to deal 20 damage, and in a format dominated by SP Pokemon and Gardevoir, Delibird could take them all down with as little as 6 turns. And if the opponent somehow found a way to take down this monster, another one could be quickly powered up as it only needed a single energy to continue its onslaught. At number 2, we have Delibird from Guardians Rising. It came with 2 attacks, the first being the awesomely named All the Presents, which needed 1 colorless energy to flip a coin until it landed tails, and then search the deck for a card for each heads that it landed. And the second attack was Surprise Attack, which needed 1 water energy to deal 40 damage, but only if it landed heads on a coin flip. This Delibird takes its gift-giving to the extreme, as it had the potential to search the deck for any number of cards, provided that it got lucky on its coin flips. But honestly, with Delibird on your side, you don't need luck, as victory is already assured. And its Surprise Attack could mess with the opponent's head, as they wouldn't know if Delibird would reach into its bag and then deliver a fist to the face, or nothing at all. Reminiscent of that bully from high school that would pretend to hit you, only to make you flinch and embarrass you in front of your friends. Truly the stuff of nightmares. And finally, at number 1, we have Delibird from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Snowy Present, which needed 1 water energy to draw a card for every water energy on its side of the field. And the second attack was Hail, which needed 1 water energy and 1 colorless energy to hit all of the opponent's Pokemon for 10 damage each. Now this is by far the most powerful Delibird card ever made, and it's easy to see why. Its Hail attack was fairly cheap to use, and under the right conditions could knock out every Pokemon on the opponent's side at once, letting it take 6 prizes in a single turn. But the real power came from its first attack, Snowy Present. This attack may not be able to search the deck for any card, like the previous Delibirds on this list, but it trumps them all because it does not need a coin flip to be used. Plus, its draw power could be boosted by partnering with Feraligatr Prime, as Feraligatr had the Rain Dance Poke power, letting it attach as many water energies as possible onto Delibird, who could then draw that many cards. So it seems that Feraligatr learned its lesson back in the 2nd generation, and decided to work with Delibird rather than against it, proving that old adage that says that it's better to be at the right hand of Delibird than in his path. Because once Delibird draws through the entire deck, it'll draw all 5 pieces of Exodia, obliterating its opponent, and bringing darkness to the land of Egypt. Wait. Wrong franchise. Sorry. Got a little carried away there. Okay, I'm okay now. Now obviously I'm being facetious here. Delibird cards have historically been really bad, with not a single one of them ever making it into a competitive deck. Not that it minds, Delibird is happy delivering gifts and living his best life, and you know what? We can all take a lesson from that. So here's to you, Delibird. Merry Christmas. Which is your favorite Delibird card? Let me know down in the comments below, along with suggestions for future videos you might want to see. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Hole and Phantom logging out.